Myself Jignesh Patel, and I'm going to take a lecture of renewable energy engineering. Before proceeding our first lecture, we are going to discuss about syllabus, right? We are going to short discussion about our syllabus, like what we are going to study in in this subject. In the renewable energy engineering, first we are going to study about the energy scenario. What is the scenario of renewable energy sources in the world? Also, we are going to study about the different kind of renewable energy like solar energy, bioenergy, wind energy, oceanic energy, right? In different chapters. In first chapter, we are going to study about the different kind of scenarios or the real-time scenario of the renewable energy sources in the world and also in the India. In this chapter, we have to study the need of renewable energy sources. Why should we have to find the alternative energy? Also, we will briefly description or brief discussion about the need of energy sources. Also, we have to discuss about the limitations, advantages and disadvantages of renewable energy sources. In the different in other chapters like solar energy, bioenergy, wind energy and oceanic energy, we are going to briefly description about the different kind of energy and the applications of the renewable energy sources, right? In the applications like solar pond, right? The objects or the machinery which are running with the help of renewable energy sources, right? Now let's proceeding this chapter, the scenario of renewable energy sources. Before proceeding this chapter, the one we have to give the answer of one question: why should we have to find alternate energy sources, right? So this is the need of renewable energy sources. So uh, first, the energy is the prime source of economical, social and industrial development of any country. If country wants to develop, if country wants to develop their social background, economical background or industrial background, then the energy is the prime source. Without energy, any country cannot be developed, right? So in the world nowadays, energy consumption increases day by day, right? So energy is the prime source of the development of any country. So in the world nowadays, the energy is going to be, or energy consumptions increases day by day. 70% 70% of energy, or you can say the use of energy, 70% of energy would depends upon the thermal energy, right? Or you can say the thermal generation. The total electrical energy generation, if you take 100% of electrical energy generation, then the 70% of electrical energy generation depends upon the thermal generation, like a thermal power plant which is based on the coal, wood or any kind of fossil fuels, right? In the thermal power plant, they can be used a coal or fossil fuels like petrol or diesel, right? Petrol is not going to be used, but the diesel generator are used in the thermal power plant. Or also there can be used a FO, right? FO, furnace oil. Now the source, due to this uses, due to the 70% of conventional sources are used to generate the electricity, or you can say that generate the electrical energy, social and economical issues is going to be increased in the world. right? uh, First, the one word is the new is the conventional energy sources is used to generate the energy. So what is the difference between renewable energy and conventional energy? So the renewable energy is the one kind of energy which is naturally replenished on a human time scales. During the human time scale it can be generated naturally, right? But whereas the from that conventional energy comes from that will run out or will not replenish in our lifetime, right? So this is the basic difference between the renewable energy sources and conventional energy sources. So the social and economical issues are going to be increased day by day due to the conventional sources are used to generate a power, right? So what kind of economical issues are going to be increased, like global warming is the major issue. Global warming is major issue by, and also uh, ma- Nowadays, nowadays the global warming is the major issues by using the fossil fuels, which is caused by the ozone depletions surrounding the Earth. So that's why world economy is looking for sustainable development in the field of energy, and this is the biggest reason the birth of renewable energy sources, right? So the first question in this chapter, what is the need of renewable energy sources? So this is the brief discussion about the need of renewable energy sources, right? So the renewable energy that comes from the sources which replenished themselves naturally in a relatively short time and thus will always be available, right? So the energy sources energy sources that comes which replenish themselves naturally in a short time period. If the petrol or fossil fuels like coal, petrol, diesel or oil, if they are replenish themselves naturally in short times, then it cannot be destroyed and always available, but it not possible, right? So we can not tell that the fossil fuels are renewable energy. Fossil fuels are conventional, or you can say it's a non-renewable energy sources, right? The example is sunlight, wind, rain, tides, waves and geothermal energy. These energies these energies are the renewable energy. Why? Because these energies replenish themselves naturally in a short time period. Like if sunlight are gone in the night, right? But at the morning the sunlight come it by itself, right, in a short time period. So it's a renewable energy sources. About 16% of global energy comes from the renewable energy sources, right? 10% of all energy from traditional biomass, 3.4% hydroelectricity and 3% new renewable sources. Renewable energy replaces four distinct eras. One is the electricity generation, motor fuels, hot water, space heating, rural energy services. Right? We are going to discuss about these four different eras in our next chapter in solar energies, wind energies, tidal energies, and oceanic energies. Right? But we are going to take a one example in the electricity generation. Right? In the electricity generation there is the hydraulic energy, or you can say the tidal energy or wind energy is used to generate electricity, right? In the motor fuels, which energy is replaced the fossil fuels, right? So the solar energy, Solar energy is replace the fossil fuels in the motor vehicles, which is the renewable energy. In the hot water space heating, if we are using a solar heater or solar water heater, then it's a renewable energy which replaced the conventional energy sources. Rural energy services like a solar energy is used to run the street lights, right? So these are the basic examples which are used the renewable energy sources. Now, this is the need of renewable sectors. We already discussed why the renewable energy sources is required. What is the need of renewable energy? So this is the brief description, right? Why should we have to find the renewable energy sources? Energy is a prime source of economical, social, and industrial development of a country. Increase in world's energy consumption day by day. Still, 70% of world's electric generation depends upon thermal generation. There are lots of social and economical issues with conventional plants. World's economy is looking for sustainable development in the field of power sector, and this gives birth to renewable energy sources, right? So this is the reason why should we have to find the alternative energy sources or alternate source of energy. Now, the energy resources of the world, which the different kind of energy resources. So the wind, biomass, geothermal, marine, and hydro, and also the solar energy. These are the different kind of renewable energy sources which are available in the world, right? So first, we are going to study about the scenario of renewable energy in India or the scenario of current energy sources like conventional energy, right? The scenario of conventional energy in India. India is fastest underdeveloping country population, right? India is fastest underdeveloping country in the world. In India, population is second if we are going to compare as the density population. If we are compared as density population, then the India's population is second in the world. Last 30 years there is a boom in use of electricity due to the major industrial development in India like NTPC and NHPC, right? 70% of electricity, 70% of electricity generation in India are depends upon coals, right? And coal is a conventional, so it is a limited. So in future or nowadays the use of nuclear and hydro generation are comes in pictures. I am going to give you a one example, uh, Kakrapar, right, which is situated in Mahua, Tapi district. In Tapi district there is a Kakrapar dam which is generate the electricity by use of nuclear energy, by use of nuclear energy, and also by a hydro energy, right? So the nuclear and hydro energy are comes in picture, which is replaced which is replaced coal by step, right? India are going to take India is going to take a step how the conventional energy sources are, or you can say how the use of conventional energy sources is going to be decreased. So there are some centers are developed, centers were developed in India to research how we can increase the use of renewable energy. So first center is CVET, right, which is situated or settled in 1982. Second research center is the Solar Energy Center, which is also founded in 1982. Alternative Hydro Energy Center, which is situated at IIT Roorkee, which is also founded at 1982. National Center of Photovoltaic Research and Education is also a research center at where the research is under through how we can increase the use of renewable energy sources in India. Now, the mainstream renewable energy or mainstream renewable technologies are wind energy, hydropower, solar energy, biomass energy, and geothermal energy. Right? So, all the different energy have the different applications and also the different kind of locations they need the different kind of locations. So how the wind energy airflow can be used to run the turbine, but but the speed of the wind must have some speed. If the speed is low, then we can't use wind as a power generation sources. So there are the limitations and also there are the advantages, also the different kind of applications in the different renewable energy sources. So we will study briefly in our next lecture.